Simple pleasures of life. Fresh toast, homemade salted butter, and a cup of coffee. The simplest things in life can be difficult to master, for there's nothing to hide, nothing to distract you from its imperfections. But when it's made perfect, one can't help but to appreciate its simplicity, beauty, and natural aroma. Shokupan, also known as the Japanese milk bread, is a staple in our household. Soft, fluffy, and aromatic, one of the best tasting breads I've had. I've been experimenting with various techniques and recipes to achieve the perfect texture, taste, and aroma. This Japanese milk bread tastes like the ones sold at my favorite Asian bakeries, except no preservatives, no refined sugars, and I know exactly what goes into the bread. Every week, I set aside one day to make this shokupan loaf for my husband. The bread always rises and comes out consistent. In this video, I'll share with you how easy and therapeutic it is to make this Japanese milk loaf. Please watch to the end as I cover important tips on equipment and ingredients for success. Come, follow me on my journey towards a happier, healthier, and freer life. Subscribe to be notified on upcoming videos. Some of you may know I launched a collection of cold weather scarves, especially designed to comfort those with sensitive skin. So if you find scarves scratchy, check out freendcat.com. This is how I make shokupan, Japanese milk bread. No preservatives and no refined sugar. For storage, you can store slices in an enclosed plastic bag or wrap each slice with cling wrap. At room temperature, the bread stays fresh for about 3 days. You can also freeze them so long as they are individually wrapped to prevent freezer burns. Here are some tips for success. Precision matters. Precision matters when it comes to baking bread. For example, an additional 1 gram of yeast may result in a yeasty smelling bread. Slightly more flour and the bread consistency could change. Try to keep measurements as precise as possible. Type of flour. Japanese milk bread is fluffy, airy, and chewy, and for this reason, I don't recommend substituting bread flour with all-purpose flour. I made this exact recipe using all-purpose flour, and it didn't taste like Japanese milk bread, but more like Wonder Bread. All-purpose flour is not suitable because it has a lower protein content and contains soft wheat. Type of bread pan. The bread pan I used in this video is a Pullman loaf pan. It comes with a lid and it gives you beautiful square slices. If you are not using a Pullman loaf pan, note these things. 1. You won't get square slices. 2. The bread would be slightly crusty. It still tastes very good, but the texture and mouthfeel would be slightly different from the traditional Japanese milk bread. 3. I suggest lining your pan with parchment paper in addition to greasing the pan. This prevents your bread from sticking to the side of the pan and allows easy removal. 4. After baking for 10 to 15 minutes, when the crust is your desired color, cover the loaf with an aluminum foil. This will prevent the crust from turning black. When it comes to bread making, the ingredient amounts have to be customized to the loaf pan you'll be using. The amounts in this video are for a 9x4x4 Pullman loaf pan, or most 9x4-inch loaf pans without lids. I've prepared ingredient amounts for some of the common loaf pan sizes. Details can be found on my blog post. And if your loaf pan is not mentioned, rest assured I'll be making a video on how to customize any bread recipes to the size of your loaf pan. So stay tuned and subscribe to be notified. And if you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button. I hope you give this recipe a try, and I'll see you next time.